Bow. L.O.T.S Prove Me the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 83. Once again, you guys, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one they took their style from. I'm the one that keep creating what they keep taking. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets, all right? I'm the leader of the streets, lord of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets. L.O.T.S Approved. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. I want to welcome everyone to episode number 83 of the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. That part, you guys, we had some technical difficulties earlier, so I had to reset. You already know how technology works, but I think we're okay right now. Shouldn't be no freezes going on here. That part. L.O.T.S Approved Media. All right, let's cut off this intro music. You guys, do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building, all right? Once again, you guys, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated, but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one they took their style from, the one that keeps creating what they keep taking, all right? The trendsetter. I'm the elected, the appointed voice of the streets, all right? L.O.T.S Approved Media. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. I'm the leader of the streets, lord of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets. You heard me, all right? Listen, if you don't know, I'm public enemy number one. I'm top op, your top opposition once again. And like I said before, this is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. I want to welcome everyone to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 83. Now, you guys, you know how I say it. First of all, I want to dedicate this show to Andre Green, a great childhood friend of mine once again. Dre Day. Rest in peace to Dre Day. Passed away over a day and a half ago, almost 2 days, all right? So this is significant, sentimental. This one means a lot to me. This show means a lot to me. All right, he's a good childhood friend of mine, a guy that always supported me, and I always supported him, nonetheless. All right? Now, you guys, make sure you guys come in the building. Make sure you guys are wiping your feet on the rug. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. That part. We call that wiping your feet on the rug is hitting that like button. So, we call this wiping your feet on the rug. So, when you walk in somebody's house, you show that you have manners. You show that you was raised correctly. What do? Before you go inside the house, you see that little mat in the front, you wipe your feet on the little mat in the front. And that's how you show you was raised right, so you don't embarrass your parents, your grandparents, the people that raised you, etc. All right, let's show that we have manners in the house at L.O.T.S Approved. Let's make sure that we hit that like button as soon as we come in the building, because we're like that, all right? Also, you guys, don't be a ninja watcher. That's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher, because that's just a hater. You know what I mean? We don't like pocket watchers. You know what I mean? People that didn't help you make that money, but they clocking how much money you're making. We call that a pocket watcher. We all familiar with that in the hood. All right? And don't be a peeping Tom. You heard me. You guys know what they do to peeping Toms, right? Well, do me a favor. Just don't go to jail, and you will never have to find out what they do to peeping Toms. That part. You guys, very, very eventful week. A very eventful week in hip-hop once again. Don't Shoot the Messenger. That part. All right, there's some things that we're going to like, and there's some topics we're going to like. There's some topics we're going to feel a little uncomfortable with, right? One being Harvey Weinstein. All right, you guys know about Mr. Harvey Weinstein. They look like they're overturning his conviction for 2023. All right, we'll speak about that, Harvey Weinstein. This is in the midst of all these R. Kelly cases, in the midst of Diddy Do It, your boy Diddy. All right, so you see what's going on. We'll get to it. We'll elaborate. All right, you guys, Kendrick Lamar has yet to respond. Yeah, I know we're all waiting for this response. It was very, very interesting. All right, but it seems like everything has it's became stagnant at this point. We'll speak about Kendrick Lamar's response in response to Drake, and that's a segue to speak about Drake also. All right, nonetheless, plenty more to speak about. You know, the big fight. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Very, very big fight in the world of boxing. We'll speak about Devin Haney. I'm not sure who you guys had in that scuffle. I'm not sure whose side you guys were on, or if you guys had a horse in the race at all. But yeah, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Now, on the heels of that, also post the fight, you can see Floyd Mayweather, he's kicking up with Gervonta Davis. Now, you guys know Floyd Mayweather, he has a history sometimes of his fighters, people that fought for Floyd Mayweather, they become disgruntled employees. And we'll speak about that. We'll speak about Money Mayweather promotions. All right, and we'll speak about Gervonta Davis. And like I said, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. All right, the fight that just took place. A demolishing, if I would say so myself. All right, safe to say demolish. Shout out to home team, Mrs. Sukiana, eating niggas. You know the rest. It's too early for that on YouTube right now, so we're not gonna go into her rhetoric. But yeah, Sukiana. I don't know if you guys seen online. There's a mugshot of Sukiana. All right, home team. Shout out to home team. We'll speak about that. Also. Speak about Mrs. Coyle Ray. Coyle Ray found inside a tub. I don't know if you guys got to see on social network. There's a video online that shows Coyle Ray laid up in a tub and she's being videoed while she appears to be incapacitated in the tub. We'll speak about that also. Once again, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this podcast, all right? The most dangerous podcast in the world. And you guys will find that out. And the world will soon find that out. All right, big shout out to Andre Green. I got another angel in the sky. That's my brother, Dre Day. That part. This whole show is dedicated to Dre Day once again. All right. We're also going to speak about Freddie P, Making of the Band. You guys know Making of the Band, a group, one of the first reality music groups under Bad Boy Records. Shout out to home team. Shout out to Freddie P. And while we're speaking about any Florida home team, South Florida, we're going to speak about Freddie P. And also we'll speak about Sukiana, all right, in the same breath. Once again, make sure you guys are hitting that like. Make sure you guys are leaving a comment section. Shout out to Planet, goddammit. That's my brother. My brother from a different mother. My eyes behind my head, Planet, goddammit. My comrade, you heard? Now listen, let's talk about it. Let's just get to it, man. First of all, I don't know who you guys had in this fight. All right, shout out to everybody in Facebook world, shout out to everybody in YouTube world, shout out to everybody in the Twitter land, all right? I don't know who you guys had in this fight. I don't know who you guys had bets placed on. But there's a fight that took place with two very familiar boxers, right? Mr. Devin Haney and also Mr. Ryan Garcia. Now, I don't know who predicted what. I think most people, I don't even know the predictions, to be honest with you. I don't know Vegas. I don't know what was the odds, right? Me, myself, obviously, I think I was more so going for Devin Haney. Just judging off of Ryan Garcia and his Gervonta Davis fight. Now, as of recently, I'm hearing different things as to why Gervonta Davis beat Ryan Garcia. Not to say that Ryan Garcia has an excuse. Not to say that Gervonta Davis is not capable of dominating a fighter like Ryan Garcia. But there is some new things that popped up, the dehydration clause and things of that nature. Him fighting underweight. Ryan Garcia, okay, let's just start with the Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia fight. All right, you guys, Devin Haney-Ryan Garcia, this fight was much anticipated. There was not a lot of promotion going on for this fight. But nonetheless, Mr. Ryan Garcia made a spectacle of the fight. He garners a lot of attention. Ryan Garcia is a great promoter. Now, a lot of us thought that Ryan Garcia was losing his mind. Me, myself, I'm not necessarily would say that I thought that he was losing his mind, but it was an unconventional way of promoting the fight. We've never seen nobody promote a fight like that. All right. Now keep in mind, Ryan Garcia is out of the how would you say, the trolling generation. This is the trolling generation. This generation right here. All the young talent that's coming out in any industry right now that utilizes the internet, they utilize trolling. Trolling is a great tool in garnishing attention on the internet for whatever you're doing, whatever business, professional background, occupation that you have. Trolling is a great way of garnishing attention, in which Ryan Garcia used those exact methods, right? So you guys, I know you've seen Ryan Garcia prior to the fight. He presumably he appeared to be losing his mind. Ryan Garcia was saying, speaking of the Illuminati, speaking of the Bohemian Grove, Bohemian Grove, this is an Illuminati place where they supposedly all the rich elite members of the Illuminati meet up at. All right, it's a conspiracy. Basically, he utilized all the conspiracy theories. All right, a very unconventional way of promoting a fight. He even went as far as to say that he was kidnapped, not going on social network, appeared to be gone for a day. He played it out very well. This is something that was played out very well. And Ryan Garcia never broke character. Big shout out to Mr. Garcia. He never broke character. He maintained that he was kidnapped. He maintained that he was interested in all these conspiracy theories, Bohemian Grove. He even went as far as to say that he was in attendance at the Bohemian Grove. Excuse me, not Grave, Bohemian Grove. All right? Ryan said that he was in attendance. He also spoke about pedophile rings. So these are subjects that most people would be scared to touch. All right? So us looking at Ryan Garcia and the stature of this man being part of the boxing community, like I said, this wasn't conventional. But nonetheless, it worked. All right? Ryan Garcia's method of promoting the fight, it did work. And we all were there to watch. Now, I didn't get to watch the actual fight between Devin Haney and Garcia. I was invited to come watch the fight. Shout out to Don, man. Once again, rest in peace to Dre Day. Rest in peace to Andre Green. But nonetheless, I seen some of the highlights of the fight. Devin Haney his face appeared to be swollen on one side. Devin Haney's face was swollen on one side. There's speculation that Devin Haney's jaw was broken during the fight. Now, some people would hate to admit it. Some people would rather deny it. And maybe even a Devin Haney would deny it also. But apparently, Ryan Garcia is saying that he allegedly broke Devin Haney's jaw. Now, I knew Ryan Garcia was a hard puncher. They showed us tapes of Ryan Garcia fighting, hitting the bag. There's a lot of videos of Ryan Garcia punching the bag, showing his strength. He appears to be very strong. Now, I think he took down Devin Haney. What was the sixth round or the second round? I'm not sure, but apparently Devin Haney hit the ground over 2 to 3 times. All right, I'm not gonna stay too long on this, but apparently he hit the ground over 2 to 3 times. Proved to be dominated by Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney was extremely dominated by Ryan Garcia in this event. Now, you guys know I got to shoot Devin Haney a little bit of bell. This is something that I've never seen in boxing, though I'm not a boxing expert, all right? There's a thing where we got to make weight. Boxers have to make weight, all right? And there's a lot of different methods, torturous methods of losing weight, especially at the last minute trying to squeeze in, trying to drop 3 pounds within a week, within the 2-3 days, trying to drop 3 pounds, maybe even lesser time, all right? Now, apparently, Ryan Garcia did not make weight for the Devin Haney fight. They were fighting, I believe, at 140, and Ryan Garcia weighed in at a 143.5. So I think he was 3.5 pounds overweight, which, that has to play a factor. Now, I'm not an expert in boxing, but I would think that would play a factor. Now, there's a lot of dynamics about this fight. For one, Ryan Garcia was overweight for Devin Haney fight, 3.5 pounds. All right? Now, Ryan Garcia says that he would never be able to make 140. Ryan Garcia says that to reach 140, he would have to basically be dehydrated. All right? Now, obviously, that's not his average weight. I think he fights around 145, around that weight. Like I said, a lot of different factors, man. Nonetheless, Devin Haney, he wants to do a rematch. Nonetheless. And shout out to Ryan Garcia. That was a good fight on his behalf. Not so much on Devin Haney's behalf, all right? But post this fight, there's a lot of different things going on. Just a segue. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see Floyd Mayweather beefing with Devin Haney's father. All right, so You guys know Floyd Mayweather. He's the villain of the boxing industry. All right. Everybody's disgruntled when dealing with Floyd Mayweather. Now, I have a friend of mine that cuts Floyd Mayweather hair, and he has nothing but great things to say about Floyd Mayweather, pleasant things to say about the man, as opposed to the people that worked under the fighters that were under Floyd Mayweather. I've seen a lot of fighters turn their back on Floyd Mayweather, or maybe Mayweather turned his back initially on them, depending on how you see it. Floyd Mayweather is seen online arguing with Devin Haney's father. Now, Devin Haney's father, he's going in. You already know. You know how Floyd Mayweather's coming with his bravado. Floyd Mayweather's going to talk about money. He's going to talk about his success, all right? And how his success and his money proves that he's the person that you should be in agreement with. You know, people that are super successful, they believe that everything they say is God. Everything they say counts because they're the successful one and you're not. And which Floyd Mayweather, he used that against Mr. Haney's father, all right? Devin Haney's father. You seen online them arguing. I want to go actually into the argument. Allow me one moment. Let me see here. Let's pull up this Devin Haney and Floyd Mayweather going at it. There we go. Bada bing. All right, you guys.
Nigga, you take L's around this motherfucker. I done took L's. Nigga, my son took L, nigga. We take L's. What the fuck you talking about? You keep running around this motherfucker acting like that you the only one like
when
your
somebody
shit don't
died,
stick,
when
nigga.
somebody died, when you lose a loved one, of course we take an L. You just took an L. And when
Nigga,
and I'm not talking about in the ring. We're not talking about in the ring.
And I know I'm
Remember
not
this,
this,
Bill.
I ain't never been
Bill,
no ring. I
I've
never
always,
been no ring.
Bill, I've always
You
been
keep flexing
respectful
that
to you.
punk ass 50 and 0, nigga. I'm 50 and 0 in these streets, nigga. I got love in these streets, nigga. Fuck your 50 and 0 with that boxing shit, nigga. That shit don't mean nothing.
Bill, I ain't gotta get, we ain't gotta have a pistol contest. Bill, I ain't gotta I ain't gotta talk to you crazy. You know why?
I just pissed a little bit longer than you, nigga. What you talking about? We started pissing. You started pissing. I started pissing, nigga. What are you talking about?
Bill.
I don't give a fuck.
Bill,
Pocket.
you shouldn't be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about what another.
I don't give a fuck.
Bill,
Pocket.
you shouldn't be worried about.
Wait,
You shouldn't be worried about what another man doing for a woman.
What you said? No, doing for a woman.
You said,
nigga, you know I've been around this motherfucker deep. I ain't never been knocked. Nigga, you ain't been in my business. What you talking? Your money ain't spent with me, nigga.
You my business. You bringing up my name always.
No, what I'm saying is I'm talking about with the bitch. You ain't never got mine. You know what I'm saying? So what are you talking about? We've been in this business. Pocket watch. I ain't never had the pocket watch, nigga, with you. Because the bitch ain't never came in and told me you was doing nothing. Fuck you talking about?
What I'm buying? Bill.
I ain't
Bill.
By buying a motherfucking thing. I said, nigga, if you can buy something for bros, wait. Who you talking? You trying to tell these people that you don't take no L's, nigga? You take L's around this motherfucker. I done took L's. Nigga, my son took L, nigga. We take L's. What the fuck you talking about? You keep running around this motherfucker acting like that you the only one like
when
your
somebody
shit don't
died,
stick,
when somebody died, when you lose a loved one, of course we take an L. You just took an L. And when and I'm not talking about in the ring. We're not talking about in the ring.
And I know I'm not this, Bill. I ain't never been in no ring. I've always been
Bill. I've always
been flexing that punk ass 50 and 0, nigga. I'm 50 and 0 in these streets, nigga. I got love in these streets, nigga. Fuck your 50 and 0 with that boxing shit, nigga. That shit don't mean nothing.
Bill, we ain't gotta have a pistol contest. Bill, I ain't gotta talk to you crazy. You know why?
I just pissed a little bit longer than you, nigga. What you talking about? We started pissing. You started pissing. I started pissing, nigga. What are you talking about?
Bill.
I don't give a fuck.
Bill,
Pocket.
You shouldn't be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about what another.
I don't give a fuck.
Bill,
Pocket.
You shouldn't be worried about. You shouldn't be worried about what another man doing.
What a man think he is.
Who you talking? You trying to tell these people that you don't take no L's, nigga?
All right, bada bing. All right, you guys. All right, so what you guys are looking at, that's Phil Haney. That's Devin Haney's father, all right? So Phil Haney's seen online talking to Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? He has some discrepancies with the man. Just basically trying to separate them as men. Speaking about Mayweather's money, how the money means nothing. But this is kind of ironic to me. It was kind of, I found it a little bit amusing that Phil Haney, he went to the streets, all right? And that's one of the go-to things. When you talk about rich niggas, a lot of rich niggas don't get respect in the streets. So Mr. Phil Haney thought that would be a great pressure point for Floyd Mayweather. Now, I don't know if that was working or not, but nonetheless, he did make an attempt, man. But he definitely had some words for Mr. Floyd Mayweather. And I see the way Floyd, he kind of danced that way out of it. He danced his way out of it. He started going into his money and all his wins and stuff like that. But Phil Haney basically denounced and discredited all that just by saying about he has no strength in the streets, all right? I don't know what that's about, especially when you're talking about a rich man. I don't know if that even applies. But nonetheless, man, shout out to Phil Haney. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather also seen going back and forth with Gervonta Davis. Now, you guys know Gervonta Davis used to fight under the Floyd Mayweather promotion umbrella, all right, as well as what's his name, Adrian Broner. Now, I remember Adrian Broner going off on Floyd, all right? And it seems like Floyd and Gervonta Davis are going at it also. Now, Floyd went as far as to call Gervonta Davis sassy. Now, there's a video online seen with Gervonta Davis. He's dancing online, all right? He's doing that dance, that Philly dance that Uzi Vert does, all right? You asked me, it was kind of slightly, it's something that you would look at and you would be slightly uncomfortable with. I shall admit that. All right, so like I said, Gervonta Davis, he has multiple videos online doing dances that are not considered so much masculine, right? They're not masculine dances, to say the least. Nonetheless, this is a man that's known for knocking people out. Let's keep this in perspective. He's known for knocking niggas out, all right? Undefeated fighter, I believe, nonetheless. But Gervonta Davis, he's seen dancing online, doing some uncomfortable dances that we would probably deem them to be feminine dances. So this is where Floyd Mayweather alludes to the man being sassy. So now they're going back and forth, man. They trading shots and things of that nature. He even went as far as to call Floyd Mayweather a hater. And I know Floyd Mayweather, though, he's not foreign to being called a hater, that part. Planet, what you saying? Rumor has it that Mayweather is being held captive in Dubai for money obligations he didn't uphold. Facts, though. This is what Gervonta Davis is saying. He's saying that you can't get out of Dubai because you have some financial obligations that you have to complete. All right? Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. I hope that's not the case. You know what I mean? And we need to kind of stay clear of Dubai. Dubai is a dangerous place, I see, because I'm seeing people that are not necessarily criminals become criminals in Dubai. Apparently, it's not that hard to catch a charge in Dubai. If they say you come to Florida, come on vacation, leave on probation, I wonder what they say in Dubai. Because it's not a leave on probation. It's come on vacation and leave indefinitely, stay indefinitely. That part, all right? Nonetheless, shout out to Dubai, but I'm staying far from Dubai. All right, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys sharing this podcast, all right? Most dangerous podcast in the world, all right? Powered by L.O.T.S approved media. Don't shoot the podcast, episode number 83. That part. Very eventful week once again. We just finished speaking about, we spoke about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia as well as Floyd Mayweather. Now, you guys, what we got here, man? I want to get shout out to Sukiana. All right, let's talk about some Florida business. Big shout out to Sukiana. I don't know if you guys seen the mugshot of Sukiana. Apparently, she got arrested for drugs, charged with possession with intent to distribute ecstasy and codeine. All right? Now, it's funny how we look at these charges because it looks like attempt to distribute as if she was selling codeine, as if she was selling lean, as if she was selling ecstasy. All right? And I find that hard to believe. But nonetheless, big shout out to Sukiana. Sukiana was seen smiling in her mugshot. There's a mugshot of Sukiana smiling. You heard? And she's brave. Big shout out to Sukiana. Now, apparently, Sukiana knows something that we don't know. Because Sukiana's smiling in this mugshot. So I'm assuming that she's going to beat this charge by judging by her smile. Either she's gonna beat that charge or she's gonna beat the charge she's gonna plead insanity. Because nobody smiles like that in their mugshot. All right? And it could be a case of trolling, a little bit of clout chasing. You guys know how this generation does. This is the generation of trolling. And you can't blame them because they've monetized trolling. All right? People get attention through trolling. People establish a career through trolling. So shout out to this generation nonetheless. And big shout out to Sukiana. All right, that part. All right. Now, since we're gonna talk about Miami, let's keep it Miami. Let's keep it home team. Big shout out to Freddie P. You guys know Freddie P, former member, 1/4 or 1/5 member of the making of the band. You guys remember Sarah, Ines, and Chopper, and Dylan. You guys know Dylan. Dylan spoke about how Dave Chappelle ruined his career. I'm not gonna speak about that, all right? But nonetheless, big shout out to Freddie P. Now, Freddie P is seen online. You guys know Freddie P probably is very sought after at this moment, all right? Freddie P was a member of the band, so that means that he was under the Bad Boy umbrella. So that means possibly he could have had a relationship with Puff Daddy that was close. And this is what people are searching for. So now you're seeing Freddie P recently being interviewed, all right? And you know the main question is going to be, they're going to speak about Puffy, all right? Your relationship with Puffy. Did you see anything that was consistent with what you're seeing online with the charges being brought against Puffy and his children, all right? Now, Freddie P, nonetheless, he didn't disappoint. Freddie P spoke about some things, all right? Freddie P, you ain't no street nigga, self-proclaimed street nigga. He spoke about a lot of different things. Apparently, he's not too happy with Puffy. We remember prior to seeing him online, you know what I mean, emotional about the whole Bad Boy experience. All right, just one of the many Bad Boy artists that have had some terrifying experiences under Bad Boy. All right, so just add Freddie P to the list. Now, Freddie P is seen being interviewed in which he spoke about Puff Daddy being a gangster, all right? So even Freddie P said Puffy's a gangster. Freddie P told a story. This story is kind of interesting. Freddie P told a story about how Puff told him he's wilding, and how Puff said he'll buy every household on his block. So imagine you have your home on the block. Puffy said he's going to buy every household that surrounds your house. He's going to turn off the lights. And every time Freddie P walked out the house, somebody would shoot at him. Now, this is quote unquote coming out of Freddie P's mouth. Just some more shit just to verify, to validate Puffy's gangsterism, all right? I always told niggas, yo, Puffy is slightly a gangster. Though he's the man in the shiny suit and he does the dancing, Puffy has some gangster accolades. And Freddie P spoke about this. Now, Freddie P had some words to say about Puffy. Freddie P just basically just doubling down on whatever was said out there. He didn't bring nothing new to anybody's attention, but yes, he did validate some of the speculations about P. Diddy. No Diddy. That part. Did he do it? Take that. You know, we gotta say take that. No matter how, that shit'll never get old. Now, Freddie P spoke about Puffy owing him money. Freddie P, if you guys are ever wondering why the band never came back together, the band members that were under Bad Boy, why they never got their shit together. All right, there's a lot of different reasons. But Freddie P said they were plotting on coming back together until he found out that Puffy made $48 million off of the band. So apparently Puff Daddy made $48 million off of making of the band. This was new and innovative in TV. This is when TV was establishing reality TV. These guys are the pioneers of reality TV. All right? They pioneered that whole movement, as well as MTV with other programming. But they were at the forefront for spawning all these reality shows. Now, basically, everything on the internet is a reality show. But this was a reality show that took place on TV. All right? Now, he said that Puffy owed him $48 million. I don't know if you guys seen Freddie P online speaking about what he would have did to Puff Daddy. Freddie P saying that he was waiting outside. He had the Mac. His homeboy had the deuce. I'm paraphrasing right now. All right? He had the deuce. He had the Mac. His homeboy had the deuce. They was waiting for Puffy outside. I don't know if Puffy was coming out of a club. You know what I mean? And thank God the Puffy didn't get killed, because who knows? Niggas probably locked up right now for that. Now, I'm not saying Freddie P is wrong for plotting against Puff, nor am I condoning it, right? But Freddie P did make an attempt to put down on Puff. All right. Supposedly assassinate Puff. All right. And this is out of Freddie P's mouth. This is not nothing that I'm saying. This is out of Freddie P's mouth. You guys get a chance, check out Freddie P's interview. I forget what channel actually interviewed him. Right? But big shout out to Freddie P, nonetheless, of the making of the band. All right. Now, you guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. All right. Make sure everyone is hitting their like button. All right. Don't be a ninja watcher. Once again, that's a person that be creeping and watching. Don't be no pocket watcher. That's just a hater. And you definitely don't want to be a peeping Tom. Welcome to episode number 83 of the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. That part. Please hit that like button. All right. And once again, this show is dedicated to Andre Green. Big shout out to Andre Green. I hope she wasn't trapping. That part. Yeah, we definitely hoping that Sukihana wasn't trapping. We definitely hoping on that part. You know what I mean? And I don't think Sukihana's trapping because Sukihana is a she's self-proclaimed rich. I think she said she's a millionaire. Don't quote me on that, but she definitely said she was rich. All right? Sukihana got paper. That part. You guys, let me see what we got here, man. You know we gonna speak about the elephant in the room. Let's get to the elephant in the room. Listen, I know you guys know it's been kind of quiet out there. We had a very eventful week in the past 2 weeks. There were bombs everywhere. Bombs over Baghdad. Don't shoot the messenger. That part. There were bombs everywhere last week. All right? You guys know what's going on out there. It's a war going on outside. Nobody's safe from. Everybody's going off on everybody. All right? You got Chris Brown and Quavo. We'll talk about it. We got Kendrick. Motherfuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me. Even Prince outlived Mike Jack. Kendrick Lamar, former TDE artist, going at the three, going at the two, going at Drake and also J. Cole. Now, as of recently, you guys, we was waiting on a response, all right? It's been kind of quiet out there. A little bit too quiet for my liking, for my taste, all right? When things get so quiet out there like that, I get nervous. There was a lot of noise in the industry in the past 2 weeks, like I said. All right, you guys already know Kendrick bombed on everybody. Now, with Kendrick Lamar bombing on everybody, our main concern throughout this whole melee, throughout this beefing that's going on is how quick can somebody respond? Now, we was worried about Drake. Everybody thought that Drake wouldn't respond in time. We were all left under the impression that Drake would take a while to respond to Kendrick. And to our satisfaction, Drake responded in a reasonable time, in an appropriate time. Some would say he came just in time. Shout out to Drake, letting off shots. That part. Shout out to all parties involved. Shout out to Rick Ross doing 3 million views in one day for the video for Champagne Moments. All right? But let's talk back about Drake. Drake responded. Drake responded to more than one opponent. Drake responded to over 5 opponents. Drake, this is a handicap match. I repeat, this is a handicap match. Drake is being jumped. Now, I'm not saying Drake didn't call this on himself. No, I'm not saying Drake didn't call this on himself. But let's call it spade a spade. Let's make this clear. He is being jumped at this moment. All right. Now Drake responded like we was hoping that Drake would respond in an adequate time, in which he did. And and we benefited from that. We benefited from him responding so quick. Now, we're all waiting on Mr. Kendrick's response. It's very quiet out there. We're all waiting on Kendrick Lamar's response. Kendrick has yet to respond to Drake's response. You see how that worked? Kendrick responds, Drake responds, Kendrick no response. Kendrick has yet to respond to Drake's record. All right? And the name of Drake's record, okay, well, J. Cole's a 7-minute drill. It's kind of hard to remember all these Champagne Moments like that. What was Drake's diss record, man? I don't know. I forgot the name of Drake's diss record. There's so many names. There's so much disses going on. The Chris Brown and Breezy going on. Hold on. You guys, do me a favor. If you're in the comment section, let me know if you guys know the name of Drake's diss record. Okay, the other one's called Tailor Made, and we're gonna speak about Tailor Made. We're gonna speak about Tailor Made. All right. I can't believe I forgot this one. Push-ups, all right? Drop and Give Me 50. So that's the name of Drake's, the first diss record, Drop and Give Me 50, all right? So we all were waiting on Kendrick Lamar's response. Now, thanks to Drake, shout out to Champagne Poppy. Champagne Poppy responded not once, but he responded twice, all right? So Champagne came back twice, in which he dropped Tailor Made. So first he dropped Drop and Give Me 50, which is very informative, a great comeback. But now us waiting on Kendrick Lamar, Drake said, fuck that. Ain't no waiting. I'm going to drop something else, in which he dropped another record. Now, Drake dropped a whole new record called Tailor Made. Tailor Made, in my opinion, it was cool. It wasn't as hard-hitting as Drop and Give Me 50, but in the realm of you talking about strategy, chess, not checkers, it was very appropriate, very necessary, all right? Now, with that being said, Drake had 2 AIs on the record. This has never been seen. This has never been seen in hip hop in the battling arena. You guys know we're in the AI generation. All right, we're in the AI era at this moment. AI generated content. Drake thought it was wise to utilize the AI, in which he used Tupac's voice and he also used Snoop Dogg's voice. So Drake used on the new disc called Tailor Made, in which he used Tupac's vocals, not his actual vocals, but AI generated vocals. He also used Snoop Dogg's AI generated vocals. All right, like I said, this has never been seen before in battle rap. Never in the history of hip hop have you seen battle rap that somebody used AI. But this is the AI era right now. Now, you guys, a lot of people, it didn't sit well with people. A lot of people could not get jiggy with it. I'm going to be real with you. When Drake used Tupac's voice, a lot of people were disappointed. A lot of people were offended by it. A lot of people were disgusted by it. A lot of people were thrown by it. A lot of people disapproved it. All right? For one, you're using Tupac's likeness, using Tupac's voice. Who's to say Tupac would have condoned this beef? Who's to say that Tupac would have sided with Drake and not the opposition? Or just not been with the whole situation, all right? And just how we felt some type of way, how we felt uncomfortable, because I know I felt uncomfortable. When I heard Tupac's voice, come on. You're using Tupac's likeness, first of all. The stature, the type of person that Tupac was, what he means to our generation, what he means to the world. You can't just frivolously just throw Tupac's vocals on a record, all right, for your own selfish reasons. And making a frivolous attempt to take down your opponent by disgracing somebody such as a prestigious person like Tupac. Yeah, I said it, prestigious, all right? Nonetheless, Drake did utilize Tupac's voice and Snoop's voice. Now, I heard Snoop respond. I had a chance to hear Snoop respond. I don't know if Snoop agreed with it. I don't know if Snoop was in agreement with the actual vocals being used. You know what I mean? I don't know. I seen Snoop had responded, but the response that that Snoop gave was not the one I would have predicted. I would thought that Snoop would be more mad about it. Snoop didn't seem to be upset when he made that response. He didn't seem the least bit upset. That threw me. I was a little disappointed in that, because I wouldn't think that Snoop would pick a side in this beef. I would never thought in a million years that Snoop would pick a side in this beef. So I was disappointed by hearing AI, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac on this record nonetheless. Now, you guys, just like we speculated, we didn't agree with it. We were offended by Drake using Tupac's voice. Not so much Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is still alive, but we definitely were offended by Drake using Tupac's voice. With that being said, Tupac's estate has responded to Drake. All right? Yeah, the Tupac estates, in which they're threatening of lawsuits, all right? There's threats of lawsuits to Drake and OVO for using Tupac's likeness like we all expected. So it didn't sit well with us, and it also did not sit well with Tupac's loved ones, obviously. Now, you guys, obviously the I think they sent a cease and desist. So they said allegedly they sent some type of or I don't know how Drake caught wind of this information. I don't know if they contacted Drake or Drake just seen it floating online, just scrolling online trying to see what the climate is right now with this beef right now, right? Maybe just waiting on a response. During the response, something scrolled on his timeline, words of lawsuit, all right, in which Drake has removed the track from all streaming platforms. You guys, Drake has removed Tailor Made from all streaming platforms. So this didn't just happen once. Drake removed Tailor Made, as well as J. Cole removed his diss record, 7 Minute Drill. Don't forget 7 Minute Drill. Even though it's not on no streaming sites, it's no longer available. The record did exist at one moment. So what does Drake and J. Cole have in common? They have this one commonality. Not that they're just great MCs, but they both remove their diss record from streaming, DSPs, all right? Nonetheless, man, big shout out to Drake. And I don't think Drake is going to do a response, a second response with that. But we getting fast forward. We saying that to say this. You guys, everybody's waiting on this response from Kendrick Lamar. A lot of people saying that Kendrick Lamar is going to respond on the album. He's saving the response for the album to push the sales of the album. You know, it's marketing at this moment. You can't just be throwing out music like that without taking full advantage, capitalizing, and striking while the iron's hot. So these moments, you have to capitalize off these moments. So you can't rush things. And it seems like that's the approach that Kendrick Lamar is taking. Now, what does that leave us as spectators? We like the people in Rome waiting in the bleachers. We want to see blood. That part. It's like we at the Coliseum and we want to see blood. All right? So a lot of people are mad right now. A lot of people saying that Kendrick Lamar has yet to respond. We're waiting on that second respond. Now, this could be Kendrick Lamar's Achilles heel. Listen clear. A lot of people think that Kendrick Lamar is taking years to conjure up these diss records. This is the discrepancy. This is what people are saying about Kendrick Lamar. They're saying Kendrick Lamar is taking too long to come up with these diss records. Time is a factor when you talk about battle rap. How long it takes for you to respond. Now, initially, you could take a little minute to respond just by the history of rap. Look how long it took Nas to respond to Jay-Z. Not everybody responds immediately. Not everybody. But when the war does kick off, and when it does kick off, because it will kick off, that's when things have to be sped up in response. A lie that goes uncontested eventually becomes the truth. A lie makes it halfway around the world before the truth can put on its shoes. You heard me. I'm going to say this again. A lie can make it halfway around the globe before the truth places on its shoes, before the truth is able to put on the shoes and leave out the door. All right? So I find that to be very true. Now, everybody's saying Kendrick Lamar doesn't have nothing to say back. People are saying that Kendrick Lamar is not creative enough. People are saying that Kendrick Lamar cannot come with another diss record. They're saying that Kendrick Lamar is scared to drop another diss record because it might be weak. They're saying that it takes Kendrick Lamar a long time to conjure up these records. And these are hot records. We love these records. We love the records. But it's taking too long to cook up. Kendrick Lamar is spending too much time inside the kitchen whipping it, trying to whip up this product. In the realm of war, when it's time to war, it's time to war. You got to hold down the fort. So is this giving credence to what Drake is saying? Drake is basically saying that Kendrick Lamar is not really like that. Kendrick Lamar takes a long time to come up with these records. He can't really shoot from the hip like a Mr. Drake can. He can't whip it up as fast as a Mr. Drake can. Mr. Drake is saying that he's ready for this. He's inviting this. He's telling this. And throughout different platforms are validating this, are confirming that Drake is waiting on this. Shout out to Willie in the building. Big shout out to Sos McIntosh in the building. That part. But what they're saying is that Kendrick Lamar takes too long to create, in which that he doesn't have a record that could suffice. They're saying that Kendrick Lamar does not have a record that is deemed worthy enough responding to Drake at this moment. Now, I'm going to tell you that is a factor. I'm not going to say that it's true. I'm not going to say that's true. Shout out to rest in peace, Andre Green. Once again, this show is dedicated to Andre Green. I'm not going to say that it's true. I'm not going to go as far as to say that that's true. But one thing I can say is the war between Drake and Kendrick, Drake is at the forefront right now. I said it. Drake is ahead. He's leading when it comes to him in direct confrontation with Kendrick Lamar. I'm not speaking about Rose. Big shout out to Rose. Shout out to Fat Boy. Ross doing his thing. Ross did 3 million views in one day on YouTube, all right? He dropped the video for Champagne Moments. Big shout out to MMG. Shout out to Fat Boy. Shout out to Rick Ross. Top boss, you heard me? The biggest. Pause, no Diddy. Ross doing his numbers. I don't think Drake could fuck with Ross. I want to see Drake and Ross go at it more. A lot of people are saying, hey, relax. A lot of people are saying that Drake can't keep up with Ross. A lot of people are saying that Ross is going too hard on Drake. But I'm not here to judge that. This is battle rap. In the realm of battle rap, all's fair in love and war. Some things that you might consider excessive, some people might consider appropriate. That's all that goes down in the realm of battle rap. What you might consider excessive, somebody else might consider appropriate. All right? There's the boundaries. You talking about the boundaries of battle rap. Where you willing to go, how far you willing to diss your opponent. It varies. It varies in battle rap. All right? Like I said, all fair in love and war. All right, relax. All fair in love and war, man. I just want to say big shout out to all parties involved. Shout out to Rick Ross. Shout out to Rose. Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Kendrick. All right? Now, I want to speak about Quavo. Now, you guys, recently Quavo and Chris Brown kicked off. I don't know who you guys got in this war between Quavo and Chris Brown. Make sure you guys hit that like button out there. All right? Whether you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook, make sure you guys are sharing this platform. I want everybody to share this platform with your friends and family. You got people that admire you and respect you. Share this with your loved ones. All right? Now, we're going to talk about this Chris Brown and Quavo. As of recently, Chris Brown and Quavo kicked off. You guys know at Fashion Week, they were sitting together. You know what I mean? There was some words after the fact. I guess some promoter thought it would be great to have them sit next to each other knowing that they had prior issues between each other. Well, it looks like things have escalated since then. Obviously, there's a diss record that was released by Chris Brown. Now, you guys know Chris Brown is not your typical rapper. Chris Brown is an R&B singer. Once again, we don't need to go into that, obviously. Now, Chris Brown has chosen to go at Quavo lyrically. Big shout out to these two gentlemen, all right? Because typically you wouldn't hear R&B artist go into that realm. It's kind of like a boxer going into the realm of MMA. It's two different type of combat. All right? It's two different types of forms of combat. Nonetheless, Chris Brown rose to the occasion. Now, excuse me. A lot of people are siding with Chris Brown. I don't know about you guys at home, but a lot of people are siding with Chris Brown. People are saying that Chris Brown, he won the battle so far. A lot of people believe that Chris Brown won the battle so far. Now, I give Chris Brown did go hard. He's aggressive. I give Chris Brown that for his aggressiveness. Very aggressive. Articulation, breath control, on point. Big shout out to Chris Brown. I give him credit for that. Punchlines, okay. Though battle rap is not necessarily about having extreme punchlines. They just got to hit hard. They have to hit home, all right? It's not about the technicality of it. It's how callous it is. It's how harsh it is as opposed to technicality, all right? This is not about being a battle rap and putting big words with 10 syllables together, all right? It's about hurting and dissing your opponent, ruffling your opponent's feathers, in which I think he accomplished that. Big shout out to Chris Brown. Now, a lot of people are siding with Chris Brown and Chris Brown in this Quavo beef. A lot of people are on the Chris Brown side of things. People like Chris Brown's approach. Now, Chris Brown spoke about punching Quavo. He could have broke his jaw. He said a lot of things about Quavo. He even went as far as to say that he hit Quavo's bitch back then. He said he knocked down Sweetie. All right, you guys know the story about Sweetie and Quavo. that relationship almost is overshadowing their careers at this point. All right, we're still speaking about Chris Brown. Quavo and Sweetie, and Chris Brown speaking about it also in that new diss record. Now, like I said, a lot of people are siding with Chris Brown. People are saying, I don't know about you guys at home. You guys let me know who you guys feel, who you guys have in this war so far between Quavo and Chris Brown. Now, like I said, Chris Brown, a lot of people took Chris Brown's side. Me, myself, I like Chris Brown's comeback. I can dig it. I can get jiggy with it. I'm rocking with Chris Brown's comeback. But hold your horses, all right? I couldn't just jump the gun. I'm still waiting for Quavo's response. I'm waiting in suspense. Now, I know Quavo's not your conventional rapper. Quavo's not the lyrical one in Migos. The lyrical ones in Migos was Takeoff and Offset. This is the irony. Quavo's the least lyrical out of Migos. Quavo is the one that harmonizes. Yes, now I see you, Sos. Definitely he responded. Quavo definitely responded. And that's what we're talking about, Quavo's response to Chris Brown. We're talking about both of these records that they released. All right? Nah, I definitely heard it. I heard the Quavo response. And that's what I'm alluding to. That's what I'm setting up. All right? So let's speak about it. So now Quavo has responded to Chris Brown. Like I said, Chris Brown initially dissed Quavo, in which he was very vicious with it. Vicious. I like the way his approach. Like I said, I give Chris Brown a lot of credit. Now I was waiting on Quavo's response, in which Quavo did respond, and I love that everybody in hip hop is responding. They're responding in a timely fashion. Everybody's responding on point. It's quick, sufficient responses, in which I'm enjoying. Right? I think we're all enjoying. Now Mr. Quavo went off on Chris Brown. First of all, Quavo got real disrespectful with Chris Brown. Chris Brown was disrespectful on the physical. A lot of shit that Chris Brown was saying was hypothetical, theoretical, hypothesis, probability. A lot of things that Chris Brown said wasn't factual other than him knocking down Sweetie. And Sweetie has yet to respond. Don't shoot the messenger. Let's be clear. Sweetie did not respond to Chris Brown saying that he knocked her down while she was with Quavo. All right? But nonetheless, Quavo responded, guys. Now, Quavo responded. Quavo called Chris Brown a crackhead. Quavo called Chris Brown a crackhead. Crackhead, let me make this clear. Let me quote this. Crackhead Michael Jackson. Don't shoot the messenger. Bow. Quavo was super disrespectful. Quavo went as far as to say, you've been fucked up your career when you punched Ree in the face. Quavo said that you messed up your career when you punched Rihanna in the face. He also said that you tried to beat up Tiana. All right, so there's another person, Mrs. Tiana, in which somebody stopped this from happening. All right, so Quavo's alluding to Chris Brown trying to beat up 2 women, allegedly. We all know what happened with Rihanna. That's not alleged, right? He took his charges for that. But with the other woman, this is alleged, all right? And this is what Quavo is exposing. Quavo said he's a crackhead, Michael Jackson. He beat up Rihanna. He tried to beat up Tiana. Why don't you punch on me, nigga? You know how we tell niggas that beat up on women, all right? Come beat up on me. Beat up on a nigga that's going to punch back. That has the same bone density as you. If not the same strength or more stronger than you, right? So shout out to Quavo. That was an interesting take. That was an interesting angle. Quavo is very disrespectful. To me, Quavo is more direct. I don't know how you guys feel at home. You guys let me know how you feel in the comment section. To me, Quavo was more direct. Quavo was talking about things that actually took place. Quavo even spoke about people running up in Chris Brown's auntie house because I guess he didn't pay his debts. You know, they call it checking in. You know, you getting extorted. You know, you got a bill to pay every month to your extorter. They're saying that Chris Brown was being extorted to the point where them couple gentlemen ran up inside his auntie crib just to get their payments. You know what I mean? Now, this all took place. These are not alleged events that took place. So when I'm speaking about Quavo and Chris Brown, Quavo was way more disrespectful, as in more personal. Quavo was talking about things that actually happened. And he brought up numerous different situations that took place. All right? So this is why I lean more towards Quavo's side. I like Chris Brown. Don't get it twisted. I like Chris Brown and what he said. Chris Brown is going hard. Chris Brown is going hard in the paint. No doubt. Chris Brown go hard in the paint. But in reference to Quavo, Quavo was very personal. Quavo spoke about a lot of things that actually took place. Remember I told you, battle rap, when you dissing your opponent, you're trying to get under their feathers. Listen, in battle rap, when you battling a rapper's battling another rapper, this is what rappers are trying to do. Rappers are trying to live in your head. I have to say something that you're going to go to sleep thinking about. I got to say something that disrupts your mental health. All right? We're trying to disrupt your mental health. Mental health, you know that's the biggest thing nowadays, right? Disrupt your mental health. I'm trying to rent space in your head. So I got to say things that are personal. Now, Chris Brown talking about punching Quavo in the face, that's not necessarily, that can rile your feathers, but when you're a gangster, when you're a man, confrontation, that's not gonna, the thought of confrontation, when you're a confrontational person, and I deem both these gentlemen as confrontational. So when you're a confrontational person, a person that's inviting to beat you up, that's not gonna really ruffle your feathers to the extreme, because it's all about when you guys meet up. When we actually see each other, it's on site, we're gonna clash, you know, we're gonna collide. Facts though. But you telling me what you're gonna do to me at first, it might ruffle my feathers, but I could get me some good sleep off of a threat. A threat, I can sleep off of a threat, especially when I'm not scared of the encounter. So Chris Brown telling Quavo that what he'll do to him, yeah, that was a diss. But Quavo's is a little bit more personal. Quavo's talking about drug habits, in which you do have a drug habit. You are blackballed. Quavo's talking about your career. Quavo's talking about your relationship with women. Your past history. Violent past, what have you. And we don't condone beating women. Nonetheless, big shout out to Chris Brown, because hopefully he hasn't put his hands on no other women. You know what I mean? We're not here to judge, but we do not condone putting hands on women. No doubt. All right? That part. Now, let me read some of this comment section. Sos, what's happening, brother? What you saying here? All right, Sos said, yes, sir, haha. I felt like Chris Brown definitely landed a good hook, but Quavo defended and came back with a quick jab that did some damage. But Chris Brown wins first round for better offense. Okay. I could dig it. Now, like I said, some people are siding with Chris Brown. All right? This is an unbiased platform. Like I said, I appreciate you sharing your opinion, my brother. Like I said, I want to know everybody, who you guys have in this battle between Chris Brown and Quavo. I'm curious to know. But nonetheless, you see what Sos McIntyre says. Mr. McIntyre said that he is going with Chris Brown. He said Chris Brown had the better offense. And I believe that was some good offense. Yeah, let me see. He threw a couple jabs. He didn't knock him out. If we compare this to boxing, Chris Brown, he tapped his chin. Chris Brown tapped Quavo on the chin, so to speak. But he definitely didn't knock nothing out. Quavo, to me, in my opinion, Quavo has Chris Brown wobbling a little bit. There's a little wobble there. He hit him and he stumbled. Chris Brown stumbled slightly, in my opinion. Chris Brown stumbled, in my opinion. Quavo tapped his jaw. Yeah, I believe Quavo tapped his jaw. Nonetheless, but you guys let me know in the comment section who you guys got. Who you guys think is right now what's the score right now? McIntyre says it's 1-0. He has 1-0. Chris Brown up 1-0 on Quavo. I got Quavo up 1-0. I'm not even, let me see, 1-0. I don't know. Tell the truth. Let me see, I got Quavo. I don't know how I would put that. I probably would put that Quavo as 1-0. I put Quavo 1-0 because that was very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Nonetheless, big shout out to Quavo. Shout out to Migos. People are mad about the takeoff. Now, you guys, I want to speak about this. All right, you guys know rest in peace Takeoff. Quavo used Takeoff for the chorus. Pussy. He used Takeoff for the chorus. Now, a lot of people didn't agree with that. Same way with the AI, with Tupac, people were disappointed in Drake. People were mad at Drake for using Tupac's likeness. Also, people were mad about Quavo using Takeoff likeness. But me, I have a different opinion about this, a different take. First of all, you guys, you've never seen the Migos not move in unison. Always remember, every time you've seen the Migos get into a confrontation, whether it be Offset, Quavo, or Takeoff, mind you, Quavo is the leader of the Migos. All right, he's the captain, he's the honcho. Facts though, they've never not moved in unison, guys. Remember, every time you've seen the Migos beefing, they've always came together. They've always moved in unison. When one of the Migos steps up, they all step up. When Quavo steps up, Offset and Takeoff then step up. If Offset steps up, Quavo and Takeoff will step up. If Takeoff steps up, Quavo and Offset, I think you get it. They move in unison. So this is why I say it was safe. It was safe for Quavo to use Takeoff on his diss record. I believe that diss record been out. I believe that diss record, they been had that diss record and it probably was aimed for somebody else. And he thought it was appropriate to use it for Chris Brown. I believe that if Quavo wanted a diss record with Takeoff on the chorus, Takeoff would have obliged him. I believe Takeoff would have signed off on that diss record. I believe that. So to the people that are mad at home that Quavo used Takeoff, I understand. There is some credence to that, as in being distasteful, because that is a man that passed away. That's a dead man that we're speaking about. All right? Rest in peace to Takeoff. But I'm not 1%, I don't 100% disagree. I agree, but I don't 100% agree, but I do somewhat agree. Enough to say that, yeah, I condone it. Let me stop pandering. Let me stop pandering and playing the fence, all right? Yes, I agree with Quavo using Takeoff, his nephew, his dog, his partner in crime, in a diss record against Chris Brown, all right? Big shout out to Quavo, man. Rest in peace to Takeoff. What we got in the comment section? Let me read this comment section. Planet, goddammit. What Planet saying? Lyrically, Quavo tapped him, but Chris Brown might physically tap him. That part. Bam, 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 bam. Don't shoot the messenger. That part. I agree with you, brother. Lyrically, Quavo tapped him, but Chris Brown might physically tap him. Now, I don't know who's going to win in that fight. Remember, Quavo is an athlete. Quavo, I think, played football, quarterback in high school, whoop-de-woo. So I'm not going to automatically assume that Chris Brown can beat up Quavo. Now, we know Chris Brown is known for doing backflips. We know Chris Brown is very aggressive. We know Chris Brown is a blood. You know, he's a blood. Fruitown, whatever, Pyru, he's a blood. All right, so we know Chris Brown, in order to be a blood, you got to get jumped in. And I heard that he got initiated. So when Chris Brown joined the Bloods, he actually got initiated. So he got physical. So yes, Chris Brown does get physical. We've seen Chris Brown be a stuntman in movies. So Chris Brown is very physical. He's a stuntman. He did his own stunts. He does backflips. He's very aggressive. We already know he beating on the broads. No pun intended. Pun intended. All right. Listen. Shout out to Chris Brown. I don't know who's going to win between Chris Brown and Quavo, but call me an instigator. Call me ignorant. Call me what you want to call me. But I would love to see them niggas fight too. Just because I think nobody's going to die. I don't think nobody's going to die between Quavo and Chris Brown. So hopefully them niggas can get a friendly scuffle in. Why not? I think them niggas need to get a scuffle in. I want to see Chris Brown is like that. And I want to see Quavo like that, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. I want to see a slight scuffle. I wouldn't mind that. But nonetheless, big shout out to Chris Brown. All right, and big shout out to Quavo. What McIntosh saying? Two different situations, in my opinion. And what are you referring to as two different situations? What are you referring to as in two different situations? Nonetheless, shout out to Quavo, man. Shout out to Chris Brown. And I want to see more diss records. I hope this, like I said, you guys, I'm a big kid. I'm loving hip hop right now. I don't want this to stop. as for using AI. Nah, but they're using facts though. It's two different situations, but it's similar. You're speaking about the AI. You're speaking about Drake using the AI, using the Tupac AI, and Snoop Dogg versus Quavo using Takeoff. Like I said, Takeoff, that's his nephew. They move in unison. I believe that Takeoff would have co-signed that. If Takeoff was alive, rest in peace, I believe Takeoff would have co-signed Quavo using him in the chorus as a diss record against Chris Brown. You've never seen Migos divided when they were together, especially when you're talking about in reference to Quavo and Takeoff. Now, Offset and Quavo, they split, but Offset still was cool with Takeoff. And Takeoff and Quavo remained together. They remained as one. So it's safe to say, yeah. But in reference to Tupac now, nah. Tupac is not Drake's homeboy. Tupac was not Drake's homeboy. So we're not condoning Drake using Tupac, all right? And I'm happy that they removed that record. I'm happy that they removed that record because that was unethical. All right, we talking about the ethics of hip hop. That was unethical. You used a dead man's vocals. So we got to see AI being abused, and that's one of our nightmares. That's a nightmare how people can use AI without people's permission. How people can use AI to their advantage without and disregarding the legacy of the person that they're using their likeness of. All right, that's one of the nightmares in hip hop, and it actually came true. So we're seeing some of the downfalls. We're seeing some of the side effects at this moment in hip hop, and as well as other genres. We're seeing the side effects of AIs, and that's what you're seeing with the whole Drake using Tupac. All right, Planet, goddamn it, what you saying, brother? Planet said AI is not good unless it's Allen Iverson. That part be smart, man. Nonetheless, man, shout out to that part. That's the only AI we rocking with. The only AI we rocking with is Allen Iverson, all right? I'm not even a fan of AI technology, AI-generated technology. I'm still trying to see how I can use it to my advantage. I understand that there's advantages of it. I know people are going to make money off it. I'm not against AI, but when you're talking about remaking people's vocals and doing stuff like that, well, let me tell you, like I said, I'm not against it, but I think AI technology obviously has to be regulated, extremely regulated. They need to roll out AI slowly. It need to be a slow rollout, a gradual release of AI technology. AI technology needs to be regulated extremely. Use all precautions, all options in containing and refraining from abusing AI technology, because AI technology is here. And like I said, it can be used, it can be very, very dangerous, all right? Nonetheless, shout out to all the parties involved, all right? Yo, big shout out to Drewski. I don't know if you guys seen Drewski with Ruby Rose. This was, we didn't predict this. We're not going to stay long on this, but big shout out to Drewski. Fat Boy's a player. Big shout out to Could Have Been Records. I be watching Could Have Been Records. I don't know if you guys watch it, but Drewski has a reality show called Could Have Been Records. When you guys get a chance, go on YouTube and watch Drewski's Could Have Been Records. I think they're on episode number 6. Very entertaining. Shout out to the most ugliest rapper alive. Shout out to the midget Rich. Shout out to all the people that be on the show, man. But nonetheless, you guys, Drewski was seen driving with Ruby Rose. You guys know Ruby Rose is the baddest bitch in the game right now. One of the top 5 baddest bitches in the game right now. Hot bitches, all right? Typically, you wouldn't see a heavy-set gentleman such as Drewski walking around with such a beautiful woman. Nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Though, keep in mind, another man's trash is another man's treasure. The same way that you might look at a woman and you might praise her, somebody else is tired of her. So for every woman that you go crazy about, there's a nigga out there that's tired of her. Nonetheless, but big shout out to Ruby Rose. Shout out to Drewski on the new relationship, boy. We see that, boy. We inspect that, homie. But salute to you, all right? And you guys check out that Could Have Been Records. Now, you guys, last but not least, there's a video online, all right? There's a video online of Coi Leray sitting inside a bathtub. Now, this video was a bit disturbing to me, all right? Coi Leray is seen sleeping, dozed off in a bathtub. All right. She appears to be inebriated, incapacitated, decapacitated, whatever the word is. She didn't seem to be coherent. All right. She's laid off in the tub, like rest in peace, like Bobby Christina, like Whitney Houston. She's laid off in the tub. Rest in peace. All right. It was a very disturbing video. All right. You can see Meg Thee Stallion, she thought it was the perfect opportunity to videotape her. So Meg Thee Stallion is seen videotaping Glorilla laid off inside this tub. Now, when I'm seeing Glorilla in the tub, like I said, she look like she's incoherent. All right. You don't know if she's under a controlled substance or maybe she's just drunk. Now, when I seen Meg Thee Stallion videotaping her, talking about, wake up, Meg. Wake up, wake up, Glow. Wake up, Glow. Wake up, Glow. This is Meg Thee Stallion trying to get Glorilla up. Now, when I see Meg Thee Stallion, things start coming to me. Me seeing Meg Thee Stallion hanging over Glorilla, I said, hold up. Why is Meg Thee Stallion videotaping Glorilla at her lowest moment? This is when Glorilla was at one of her lowest moments, most vulnerable moments. You're drunk, you're incapacitated, you're sleeping inside the tub, you're not aware that you're even laying in the tub, and you got your homegirl videotaping you. All right? Now, you guys know Meg Thee Stallion, she's known for drinking. Meg Thee Stallion, she's known for drinking. You guys remember how Nicki Minaj said Meg Thee Stallion tried to make her drink, and that could have potentially caused a miscarriage because Nicki Minaj is having a baby. She was pregnant at the time. So this is Nicki saying that Meg tried to convince her. She tried her best to convince her and threw all caution in the wind. Didn't think about the damage that it could do to the baby. Meg tried to convince Nicki of drinking. And I think she even alluded to some plan B, like if anything, a plan B, abortion. This is alleged, right? But it's not alleged about her offering Nicki to drink while Nicki was pregnant. And this is what Nicki was talking about in her beef with Meg Thee Stallion. Now, I know the beef has come and went. It has came and went, right? We haven't heard nothing from Nicki and Meg as of lately. And I hope that shit kick back off again. But nonetheless, Meg Thee Stallion was offering Nicki some liquor. Now, Meg Thee Stallion is known for getting drunk. Listen, we got more to speak about Meg Thee Stallion. I hate to speak about Meg, but we got to talk about it, all right? Meg Thee Stallion, like I said, she's videotaping Glorilla. Now, I automatically assume that Meg Thee Stallion is responsible for getting Glorilla drunk. Now, I know Glorilla's a grown woman. This is a grown woman from Memphis. Nobody's responsible for nobody at the end of the day. But the people that you surround yourself with can influence your decisions. So I believe that Meg Thee Stallion convinced Glorilla to drink. Meg, knowing that she has high liquor tolerance, it's safe to say that Meg Thee Stallion has a high liquor tolerance. Every time I hear about Meg Thee Stallion, she's drinking. I don't know if she's a fan of Hennessy, Patron. I don't know. Me, myself, personally, I'm a fan of Patron. I don't know what she's a fan of. But I see that girl's always drinking. So Meg Thee Stallion is known for drinking. Meg Thee Stallion is known for having sex while she's drinking. Meg Thee Stallion is known for getting busy when she's drinking. It's been proven with the baby. She's self-proclaimed, said that she likes to have sex. Meg Thee Stallion says she likes to have sex. All right. Now, recently, and we're ending off with this. Recently, Meg Thee Stallion, she received a lawsuit. Now, this is not to elaborate, to add more, give more credence to the Glorilla. That was foul with her Glorilla. She shouldn't have videotaped Glorilla, showed Glorilla in that type of inebriated state. She shouldn't have did that. And I'm just trying to paint a picture. I'm trying to show you guys what I'm alluding to is Meg Thee Stallion, her influence on people. Anybody that gets around Meg Thee Stallion, it seems like they can become entangled in Meg Thee Stallion and her lifestyle. All right. So nonetheless, recently Meg Thee Stallion, there's a lawsuit against Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion's former cameraman put in a lawsuit saying that Meg Thee Stallion was having sex inside a vehicle when they were outside the country. She had sex in the vehicle with him present in the vehicle. Let me say this again. Meg Thee Stallion's cameraman has a lawsuit against Meg Thee Stallion saying that Meg Thee Stallion had sex in front of him while they were in a vehicle out of town. And apparently it was a girl she was having sex with, not even a dude. Now, most of us men would have been happy to watch two women having sex. To be quite honest with you, I'd have been cool with that. But you got to remember, this day and age, things are different. You got to expect the unexpected. All right? And the roles have turned. The gender roles have reversed. So now you have men screaming sexual assault. All right? Unlike us, us men, we would enjoy to have two women going crazy over each other. That's something we would love to see. But unfortunately, this gentleman, he took the opportunity to put in a lawsuit. So this man is suing Meg Thee Stallion, nonetheless. All right? According to the gentleman, Meg Thee Stallion even told the man, make sure you don't tell nobody about this. So maybe it even sounded slight threatening, all right? But I'm not going to say it was an actual threat, but it did sound a bit aggressive. She said, make sure that you don't say nothing about this. Now, I don't know if Meg Thee Stallion thought that this gentleman was going to be intimidated by that. He was going to keep her secret. She apparently didn't even pay the gentleman off. I don't know how it is in this day and age. The sexual assault is running rampant throughout the music, not the music, but just through entertainment industry. SA, we call it SA, is running rampant throughout the entertainment industry. All right. So nonetheless, Meg Thee Stallion, this gentleman, he put in a lawsuit in for Meg Thee Stallion, saying that she forced him to watch her have sex with another woman. Meg Thee Stallion, what I'm just saying is Meg Thee Stallion has a lot on her plate right now. Meg Thee Stallion has a lot on her plate. Meg Thee Stallion seems like she doesn't make the best decisions for herself. Make sure you guys keep in mind, Meg Thee Stallion recently lost her mother. So that is a big factor in her overall decisions when you don't have your parents in your life. All right? So I will shoot her some type of bell. But Meg Thee Stallion seems to be very disruptive and destructive. Very negligent, she appears to be. This is what I'm seeing with Meg Thee Stallion, man. Nonetheless, shout out to Meg. Shout out to Glorilla. You know what I mean? Glorilla, everybody's human. I see you laid out in the tub. Glorilla, be careful when you're hanging out with Meg. All y'all chicks, be careful hanging out with Meg. Because Meg, it seems like she's a crash dummy. It seems like Meg Thee Stallion's trying to crash out. It seems like anybody that's around Meg Thee Stallion might be subjected to anything that happens to her. Might be subjected to the same outcomes. Hence, you have Meg Thee Stallion with the Tory Lanez case and Kelsey. Meg Thee Stallion just seems like if you're around Meg Thee Stallion, you got to be ready for trouble coming your way. Like I said again, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion, shout out to Glorilla. You guys, once again, this is episode number 83. This is powered by L.O.T.S Approved Media. This is the most dangerous podcast in the world. Welcome everybody to Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 83. We're 17 episodes away from episode 100. This episode 83 is dedicated to Andre Green, Dre Day, an awesome friend of mine that passed away. All right? Shout out to Dre Day, man. Love you, brother. Condolences to the family. Shout out to Young Don. That's my brother. Shout out to Murph. Big up to Murph. That's family right there, man. Shout out to Ian. That's family also. We had a big loss. Moment of silence, fact though. So let's do a 5-second moment of silence. Let's go. That part. Big shout out to Andre Green. With that being said, I want you guys to enjoy your weekend, all right? Enjoy your weekend. Remember, I tell you guys, man, always remember the highest mountain has the best view. I say this time and time again, keep climbing that mountain, man. You want to remove a mountain, it starts at one pebble at a time. You can try to remove the mountain in front of you. You got a big obstacle in front of you, remove it by one pebble at a time. Continuously climb that mountain, no matter how steep that mountain is. No matter how many mountain lions are on that mountain. No matter how many obstacles are on that. Make sure that you pack your survival kit. You have your survival kit and you have your water. Climb that steep mountain. Remember, the highest mountain has the best view. So when you do reach that top of that mountain, you're successful, you reach that peak of success, you're going to have such a beautiful view, and you're going to see all your resources, and you're going to see everything that you have at your hand, everything that's accessible, all right, that's at your disposal, excuse me. Failure and discouragement are the stepping stones to success. Don't be scared to fail. Don't be scared to be discouraged. You're going to experience discouragement when you're chasing something, all right? But those are the stepping stones to success, discouragement and failure. And the highest mountain has the best view, all right? Now, nobody's promised tomorrow. Like I always tell you guys, make sure you guys are showing the universe your gratitude so the universe can reciprocate that. Be happy for the things that you have. Don't dwell on the things that you don't have. Just work harder, all right? But if you don't respect the things that God gave you already, how can you expect God to bless you with more, silly? That part. Once again, I'm the incomparable, the often imitated but cannot be duplicated. I'm the one that take the initiative. I'm the one that keep creating what they keep taking. I'm the elected Lord of the streets, leader of the streets, learning off the streets, living off the streets. This is powered by L.O.T.S approved media. I'm the top op public enemy #1. And I want to welcome everyone to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, episode number 83. Like I said, we're 17 episodes away from episode 100. That part. Once again, it's dedicated to Andre Green. Fairway. That part. Grrr, grrr, bow. Let's put some outro music in, chat. Bada bing, family. All right. A little bit of outro music. That part. You guys, we're not promised tomorrow, so I can't tell you guys that we're going to meet up next Friday. But nonetheless, by the grace of God, if God willing, we will meet back up next Friday. But one thing I do know, we were able to meet up today. All right? We were able to meet up today, which is a blessing from God. That part, He breathed air into our lungs so we can share this moment. Rest in peace, Andre Green. That part. You guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys are sharing this platform. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you guys are turning your notification bells on. Don't leave out of here without wiping your funeral rug. Hit that like button. Don't Shoot the Messenger, episode number 83. Grrr, grit, bow. That part. Till next Friday, y'all. Salute. Peace.